Live. Alright, we're live. Hi everyone,
Rumpy
we're live.
Pumpelskin.
Yeah, Rumpy Pumpelskin. Alright, the first word out of a live stream is Rumpy Pumpelskin. Hello everybody, we're live, and Hobbes is here, and Chris is here. Sorry, Gull's
Don't
here.
look at me.
Bane should be here.
Don't look at me.
Bane should be already stuck in traffic, and I don't think anyone's watching, or my restream's being weird. Let me restart my restream. I don't believe
Restream is often weird. Where on
Okay,
earth are my trousers?
it's in all buttons 1 on the left-hand side.
You're on
Could
all
you
buttons 1.
skim down that and decide which one it is.
It's the least nice one.
Oh, fuck.
I'm so confused.
I found it.
It's a lot blurrier than the others, isn't it?
I don't understand any of this. I don't think there's anyone watching right now.
That's alright.
I'm gonna check Twitch, see if people are watching. And
We'll just keep it. Where the fuck are my trousers?
Why,
What?
why would you care?
I just don't understand. My room is only so...
Yeah, see, people are chatting in the stream. It's just my restream's being stupid. Ah, there we go. They finally showed up. Ah.
Girl's been alone for too
Yeah,
long.
we've got
We've got
Dolinik, Kuza, Centurion, and Dalek set.
John
Kuza.
Cusack.
Play.
Pike's Bane, but Bane's just being. I think restream's being really slow. There's a delay or something.
Right, let me get the pop-out chat on the go.
But Bane's not here yet. But yes,
No,
this is the wreck of the Constitution model that I recently finished. Can anybody tell what I based it on?
I can.
Yeah, I know you can. I know Chris can as well. But it's not up to you. It's up to these other people, nice people, to figure out where it's from.
These people.
Disgusting!
Which one have you went for a shite?
And then flush, and then a flush.
Well, Scottish are funny people.
But yes, indeed, Centurion, it's the USS Constellation. I felt that making a debris mesh based on that would be quite fitting. Got some nice detail in the wreck, like the warp coils.
Could you make it fly and make it wibble wobble until Scotty stabilises it?
Don't talk about Wibble Wobble. I want to fix that in Star Trek Armada 3 next.
There's no way to fix the Wibble Wobble.
There's gotta be a way to fix the Wibble
There's
Wobble.
no way to fix the Wibble Wobble or the Widdly Wig.
There must be! There must be!
We must respond.
I look at other mods, and their ships aren't all like, hey, look at my shoulder profile. It doesn't happen in other mods.
Because we're mental enough to use bloody fighter movement and everything. Oh, I know why it's not, because we don't have strafe speed.
I might look at that at some point.
They could turn on strafe speed, but strafe speed is like stupid. But yeah, one of the things I'm going to do today is
Because basically, this is what our ships are doing all the time.
What is... I can't see.
I just have to look at it.
So let's share that with everyone. That's what our ships are doing.
Yeah. A fitting gift for every occasion.
They're just that excited as well.
Speaking of which, we found some artwork from our Beyond days.
I accidentally sorted the Facebook group by oldest.
What?
And that was like the second picture.
We're still. I'm kind of glad that we haven't found We Are Klingons yet.
We Are Klingons was pretty rough. I don't think we ever released that one for general public consumption.
But right, one of our team members named Farbicus.
Team members?
Oh yeah, he's yeah. All right, didn't we already decided that we are gonna like? Get him in?
No, you did, but we're alright with it.
Hobbes was kind of about it as well.
Hobbes.
Hobbes.
That's Dutch for Hobbes. We've got to get that phlegm in there.
But yeah, so are we doing that? I mean,
Let's talk to him about it first.
I think he's very much interested.
What are these then?
Connie Voices.
Did he OGG them already?
Yeah.
What a lad.
But I still need to know, how did you do like the... Let's listen to these.
Engaging.
His naming convention's wrong. Kill him.
Tactical systems at the ready.
Oh, these are good.
Attack vectors
I can't hear
set.
them, so you're going to have to show them.
Contacts on sensors.
This is excellent. All it needs is like a little filter. Oh. You know, kind of to make the crackly crackly. I'm sharing them in here so you can have a listen.
I don't want all of them. Calm down.
Got a bunch.
What can we do for you? What do you got for us? We are receiving.
Doesn't he sound a little bit like
Starfleet's
Christian?
Best and brightest. Standing. What can we do for you?
Nope.
Rolling out. Let's
Does
go.
to me.
RVing that location. On our way. This is what she was designed for. Go to highest warp factor.
Right, what was I doing before? Yeah, so this icon, I just put a sharpen filter on it a couple times and it seems alright.
I haven't seen it. I can't see it. You're not sharing your screen.
This is
I must
confusing.
check every piece of work.
You
do.
must respond.
I must respond. Right,
Audacity. I have the audacity
That's
to
gonna
do
be-
this.
bit of Inception there.
So here's the question.
Oh, yeah, that's alright.
Hobbsels.
Hello.
Engaging.
How did you do the whole
Engaging.
radio effect?
If I could say that I can't remember because it was so long ago and I've gone through 2 PCs since then, would you be mad?
Yes.
Where's the Connie? It's new, just don't apply it to that.
Engaging.
It's got bigger, badder radios.
Yep. It's got a Hura's ear thing, they're fine.
I always feel like anything that comes through to that little communications device, it sounds like a you know, like elephants in cartoons, like.
We can understand them, Captain.
Tactical systems at the ready.
Was that audible in the stream?
Something was, but I don't know what it was.
Attack vectors set.
Alright.
I'm also going to be doing the Klingon Titan voiceover.
Who is?
I am. Well, I'm not doing the voice myself, but I've got some voice files that have been sent.
You gave me a heart attack.
One moment.
Contacts on sensors.
Oh, he's gonna go fucking record it, isn't he? Where did everyone go? Max?
Yeah, just saying somebody goodbye right now because she's going out to do pub quiz things.
You've left me alone with them.
Yes, I have. The icons. Oh god, there's so many.
There's a great one in here. Where was it?
Is it one I made? Is it terrible?
Oh, I can't find it now.
No, you got to find it now. It's not okay. What
Well,
race?
there's one of Morn and Odo, so you can have that one.
Well, let's share everybody else. Look at that Pixley, Odo, and Morn. Howdy ho, Grossart. Howdy ho.
Right, that's done. Next.
I'm going to share this one. The Singularity. For us, it has a whole new meaning, the Singularity, doesn't it?
What?
Check this out, guys. Mommy, the Singularity. Don't look at him, Ricky. I don't want you to be influenced by... Oh, God, no. Ricky, it's too late, Mother. I am everything. Behold, the greatest... Wow, I lost the... The greatest achievement in the universe! The Singularity engine!
Good news, everyone. I found my trousers.
I thought you went off to record a voice line.
No, not this time.
Nukta and Dukta. Right, so back to doing voices for Klingons.
Contacts on sensors.
Contacts on sensors. Fed. Titan. Attack. 4. You see, I like the fact that he's done this, but he should have recorded them in mono and not in stereo.
Rolling out.
Weenie Mono Man.
Beep,
What a noob!
beep, beep, bong, bong.
Well, he's off my Christmas mailing list.
Yes. I don't even have him.
Is anyone even on that anymore?
Oh,
Oh, there's so many strings in this corrections thing.
Markalemo.
Michael, this hundreds of fan mail every day.
Bruce McGee would like overlays turned off, apparently.
Tough titties.
Let's go.
I don't know why I'm not allowing it, but
What?
turn your
Let's
overlay
go.
off.
Fine.
En anders hoe laat? 11:30?
Ja, 11 uur.
Let's go.
En anders houden we het contact van...
Mhm.
Van blijven houden.
Kom maar goed, schat. My girlfriend just plugged the charger up her nose.
Not really.
Her phone charger up her nose.
No!
I thought that's how you got the fastest speed.
No, that's an Ethernet cable up your butt.
Almost, but
Oh, right,
didn't
okay,
really.
The reason why you're in IT.
There's a difference between almost and...
Nobody's listening.
RVing that location.
I know who I believe.
Santa.
Ow! Fuck you.
Can you children start behaving, please?
Oh. Okay, fine. Doei. Alright, she's off now.
God, give me attention, Jesus.
You jealous, buddy?
Ever since you got a girlfriend, you don't talk to me anymore. You don't spend time with me.
Oeh. Hey! Hij heeft mijn wijn opgedronken. Godverdomme, doei.
Kijk.
She just drank my wine. She drank my last bit of wine. Alright, let's see.
On our way.
On our way. Tracks. Stereo track to mono.
On our way.
Alright, and now we're going to export this again to
Is
OGG.
Sealer a commander or an admiral?
Don't know. She's a Romulan. Half of it.
Make your mind up. What does your gut say? Chat, what does your gut say? Commander or admiral? Because we've
Commander.
got it as both.
Commander Sealer? No, Admiral Sealer, because in Armada 3 it was Admiral Sealer.
Starfleet's
I think we
best
should
and
just change the name
brightest
to Bob.
sta-
Bob. Okay.
Bob Sealer.
Find all Commander Sealer replaced with Bob. Bob.
Starfleet's best
Like
and
from Blackadder,
brightest
Bob.
standing by.
Hello, Bob.
It's short for Kate.
Yeah.
What? Wait, my brain. No.
Right, I need to get the chat up so I can actually see what people are saying.
People are saying stuff, they just want to see stuff, and I'm saying,
What can we do for you?
what can we do for you? Tracks. Stereo track to mono.
What can we do for you?
Select 2. After this, I'm going to work on the Klingon soundy sounds for the D7.
What do you got for us?
And then we can show off some cool stuff.
What do you got for us? We are receiving.
What
We
kind
all
of cool
receive it.
stuff?
I've got some fancy ass new warp effects that I've created just for the Constellation and them D7er.
This is what she
Sounds
was
like a
designed for.
humdinger.
Oh god, I forgot!
I did it again.
Did you just say you got a
Put your
humdinger?
humdinger away. Right, we're going with Commander because no one's actually answered the
I
the
said
actual question.
no, it's Admiral. It's Admiral
No,
Sealer.
it's too late. I'm replacing
No,
every
it's Admiral
admiral
Sealer.
in the
Highest
game with
warp
Commander.
No, it's Admiral Sealer. Please don't. It's genuine. It was for Armada 2. She was Armada 1. She was Admiral Sealer. So
It works really well when you use the replace command. We found that out when we tried to make Klingon abilities from
Can
the
you cough,
Federation.
please? Continue.
I need to use this fucko. Hold up. Oh, cocaine.
Jesus. Cocaine.
Cocaine. No spray. Oh, I needed that.
Go
That's
to
what they all
highest
call it.
warp factor.
Right.
Powdered weed.
That's no powdered weed, boy. That's just cocaine. Right, that's the Connie warp sounds. Now, I need
Why-
to grab an email for the D7.
There's
Klingon
so many instances where it says Commander. Just makes it so.
should be Admiral Sealer. Admiral Sealer, sensors confirmed. It is the Omega particle. Prepare the containment field and hail the nearest Borg vessel. Tell them we wish to negotiate a deal.
A deal.
A deal.
Stupid bug.
Right, these are Centurion's voice files. See, Centurion's given me work. See, Centurion provided this all in like one WAV file, which makes me less happy.
It's funny because it's funny.
I have to separate these out by hand.
That's another line of this.
Well, it's easier than doing it by leg.
نخنو نختا push pa
Tumbleweed.
Right, the sound quality is slightly less, but I can work with it.
Why have I been misspelling Katinga my whole life?
نخنو
It's K apostrophe T apostrophe Inga.
Yeah, there are two.
Literally my whole life.
So
I think I fixed most of those.
Yeah, they're good to Centurion. It's just
نخنو
need to add
They're
that.
bad and you should feel
I need to
bad.
add that reverb effect.
نخنو
Bear in mind that you don't want to fix anything in the actual name or
نخنو
desk integer. Just in the actual description.
Oh yeah. I'm not crazy. I'm gonna change
No.
everything in every entity file to make sure it's
I need
correct.
to amplify it slightly, and let's do it by 7 decibels.
Yeah,
No.
I'm changing the value line because I'm.
And
Not
then
mental.
change the pitch. Needs to be a bit lower. Deeper voice, change pitch by.
نخنو
15, is that too much? Change pitch.
Is that the skybox that you were working on previously, Dolly? That was looking quite nice. I enjoyed that one.
نخنو
That's perfect. Now the question was, now I need to grab this bloody email that he sent me. Right, that's select. Cleat, Titan, select. 1.
Oh, cool. I look forward to seeing it, my man. Is that going to replace the green one of Doom? Tell me it is.
نختا push pa
Also, hi to Gozat and Khan if we haven't already said it.
Glory
Hi,
will be
everyone.
ours. Hit you,
What?
boss.
This one doesn't make sense.
We are moving.
Federation. Oh yeah. There we go.
Fire. Street. نخنو نختا push pa Glory will be ours.
So I need these two. Effects, reverb.
Nukta oh pushpa eh.
Okay, now I need to amplify them. I did 7 last time. Oh. Let's make 5, 4, 7. Let's do 7 and just allow clipping.
Centurion's telling you that there's a second email from him.
That one's the pictures one, though.
Oh, there we go. That's better. That's a zip file.
That means zip.
Ah, there we go. That makes my life easier.
Direct my wrath.
Whoa, that's way different.
Nuh.
Has he gone full to?
Oh, yeah, that's better. It was already good. It's just a lot deeper. He's used a different voice.
Nuh.
Kabla!
Now I can just remove this bit in front and in the back. Effect, and then can amplify the sound by. It's not allow clipping by 7 decibels.
Nuh.
Yeah, perfect. Clear Titan, select 1. Much better, Centurion. Remove the click at the beginning and just remove the little.
Direct my wrath.
Oh. Let's put the voice.
Direct my wrath.
Effect. Reverb.
Direct my wrath. Direct my wrath.
Cleat Titan, select 2. These are really good, Centurion. Glory will be ours.
Glory will be ours.
Effect reverb.
Glory will be ours. Glory will be ours.
So, AOTF looks to be coming ever closer and closer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting there. Still plenty to do.
Nukta
But
oh pushpa eh.
I think as of at some point this week, I'm going to be dedicating a lot more time to it, so
Hey, did you know that Centurion did a nukcha and tukta sound?
I love it.
Nukta oh
Can you send it?
pushpa eh.
No, you're going to see it in game in a bit.
No, I want it
Nukta
now.
oh pushpa eh.
He sounds like a really wise Klingon commander. Cleat Titan, select 4. And he's also supplied us with a MEV.
You can't.
I think we should just get one that's just like full core.
Mev.
Maybe even Kang. That would be fun.
By the way, one tip for next time, Centurion. You might want to check that you're not clipping, because there are a bunch of these which are somewhat clipping the audio, but it's not too bad. But you might want to be careful with that next time, because we might require your services in the future.
And for more voiceovers.
Yeah.
Battle has begun.
I see how you got bored
has
with doing
begun.
this.
Hmm?
These string changes.
Battle has begun.
Wait, is that Bane just joining?
It is.
Heyo!
Hello.
Hello. I'm pretty sure I didn't break 2 speed limits.
You're pretty sure.
Was there any flashing or bright lights?
No. Thankfully, no.
Blue lights or
Red
No.
lights. Red lights can be something else as well. Could mean you had fun.
over there it is.
Kito pata.
I didn't see anyone called Roxanne.
Roxanne!
How are we all?
Excellent plan.
What's
Excellent.
going on?
Eklar
I'm
awaits you.
doing spelling mistakes in the SDA3 string file, and it is very fun.
I am working on sound files supplied to me by Centurion.
Eklar awaits you.
for
Oh,
the Klingon
awesome.
D7, the voice files.
And what is the goal doing?
This is not much as usual now.
Just chilling. I've fixed the Nemesis ability.
Yay!
Well, you know, I'm cool like that.
It's not like anybody plays that map or anything.
Ooh, you're gonna take that?
Burn. Are you saying you don't like my map?
I love it. I love it. I just haven't played it ever. I'm not even kidding.
Out of curiosity, what did
Let
you
the
change
battle be
about
joined.
to make it work?
I just made it better.
Remove the Star Destroyer.
No!
No, I am.
No! No!
No! I changed the way the basis of the ability works in order to give it a correct delay at the start, and that seems to be fine now. I also used one of the new apply to all gravity wells within radius Yakni Shmakini, and I changed that limit to 7, so it just applies to everything forever now. Also took some of the constraints away, because the constraints are no longer necessary given that we're not using the conduit.
Yeah! Oh, that was probably... I didn't think of that. Yeah.
That moment when Chris makes better buffs than Bane.
Hey, Chris is very good at making buffs.
Everybody gets one, right?
Bane cannot be perfect. Bane was never perfect, as we know.
It's better than my balance.
Hechu goes.
Let's not talk about your
Start at 10 and work your way down.
Hechu goes.
And by 10, I mean 10,000.
Puts pretty stuff in, then realises breaks gameplay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Max goes, this was in the
We
show,
are moving.
so we'll put this in. But says Bane.
No buts.
We are moving.
I don't care, it looks cool.
This is so boring.
What's so boring?
Strings.
Well, you did decide to look at the STA3 stream file, but that was your first mistake.
Yeah.
Clipping is clipping. Look, if you look in this file that I've got right now,
It means it's
Centurion,
peaking.
You
It
see how
means
you
that-
see how it goes beyond like the maximum limit, and it will sound like this.
Our hunts begin.
You can kind of hear like it reaches the maximum limit of range that the sound that your microphone
you,
can produce. Or
If you make it
Our hunts
less loud,
begin.
you'll be able to see the straight lines. And then they'll probably get what you mean by that.
yeah, let's see. I can do that when I do the reverb. Yeah, it's not much on this file, but there were other ones where it was more obvious.
Our hunts begin.
Fixing the STA3 sounds. What is this? I don't understand.
Our hunts
This is
begin.
AOTF Sounds.
Oh, thank God for that. That's what I was like to say. I was confused. You said STA3.
Yeah,
and
we're
he said
double modding.
I don't
Double
understand.
modding all the way across the sky. Right, I think.
No, wait,
that's-
why did I have to pick a character earlier if we're not doing anything?
Oh,
I'm
it's
joking.
because it's what we do in the stream. It's my thing, mate.
What's your thing?
Fire.
Well, it wasn't on overlay, but
streaks
then
the
we got
heavens.
Shadowstep to turn it off.
Ooh, that's dramatic.
Oh, a little bit disappointed.
Right, that's
I
one,
chose
and
you.
finally,
I had chosen an awesome character.
yeah.
and
See,
hope
this
to survive
this is one which is clipping a lot. Centurion, if you look, so if I reverb this, you'll see it very clearly. Look, it cuts off at a certain range, and it gets this effect.
Akcha!
Well, now that I've done the reverb, it does it kind of less. But if I were to just change the volume, it would have made it different.
Akcha!
you. Where are you streaming on? Are you streaming on
Twitch and YouTube.
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 YouTube be or not to be?
Tach pa tach pe.
He got it.
I was expecting.
like
I was
the
expecting.
coolest.
I was expecting like I'd give real money if he'd shut up, but oh well. By the way, Bane, if you look at my sharing screen, look at what I made.
That's very cool.
I mean, that's
very cool.
that's proper wrecked, isn't it?
That's like get wrecked, son, wrecked.
Hello, Dalexf. I can now see that people are saying hello.
Dalek,
Or Dalexf, sorry.
Dalek. I mean, as a Brit,
Look, I'm tired.
look,
I'm
as a
tired.
Brit, you miss
It was a simple mistake.
off to the
Regrets everything. There's a
You know,
Doctor Who's a bag of shit. Prove me wrong.
What's the judgment? Instead of Borg Gullet, it'll be Gallitep.
There's Daleks, and then there's Mr. Dalek, and then there's lots of.
We've got like 8 now. There's the whole thing. There's a whole little group of them. They've trundled around and just shouted.
The Dalek,
people.
what's
the whole
It's
thing.
the Dalek.
We had to put ramps in, and yeah, it's the whole thing. They couldn't get to the bar upstairs, and they, equal rights.
Oh,
For fuck's sake. Equal hashtag ramps for Daleks. Hashtag Daleks are people too.
I feel like I need Sovereign here. I've not actually spoken to Sovereign in voice yet. I'm a little bit sad. About
You haven't. What?
all our conversations seem to be chat conversations. They're very good conversations, I will add, but they're all chat based, text based. I was sad because I tried to message Gold today and he didn't reply to me. He just ignored me.
On what?
Rude, isn't it?
I sent you private messages on Discord and you just ignored me.
You probably deserved it. What were you saying?
I said, I have a new game on Steam that is highly addictive. You might want to play it out of my shared Steam library, which I share with you while I'm at work.
Yeah, you weren't specific enough. And I wasn't going to ask.
I was busy napping. I don't get up for anything.
I was busy ignoring you.
I wish I was napping.
After all I do for you, this is how I get treated.
I was doing really important stuff today.
Oh, what was you doing?
Just really important stuff.
So you were sleeping?
Yeah.
Or you were lazing in front of the TV?
Yeah. It wasn't a nap, it was a full-on sleep.
Full-on sleep. To be fair, we did a lot of important stuff yesterday. Yesterday was important.
We did. I never sleep in front of the TV anymore. It's something I've tried to avoid.
That's because you haven't got any Hornblower to watch.
Oh, Hornblower's so good.
What's Hornblower?
Oh, it's great.
Oh,
It's like Sharp of the Seas.
I don't
so
understand any of that. I'm so confused. Steel's heavier than feathers.
It's a bit like the question, cake or death.
But I'm so. What's wrong with you people?
We're British.
Yes,
Cake or death?
But apart from that,
Cake, please.
Yes, cake, please. See, look, Hobbes gets it. Hobbes gets it. Goal gets it. Max has no clue what we're talking about.
you're all a bunch of fucking foreigners.
I'm going to Brexit out of this conversation in a minute.
Oh, Brexit, your
I don't know, I'm tabling a vote of no confidence in our conversation, to be honest.
Denied, you lost it again.
Oh no!
Isn't this the third loss? Third loss?
Yeah, I don't think she's got any fingernails to hang on by anyway, but we're going into a dangerous political territory here.
Brexit!
Vulcan will leave the Federation and join the Romulan Star Empire.
Whoa!
Whoa. I'm okay with that because I like the Romulans, as I know you do, David. So this is good.
You see, Keith, I could have chosen Tomalak for your icon, but you said, I want Christopher Pike. I was this close to putting him in a wheelchair.
No.
You can only talk with the flashing light.
Because we already know after many streams that
You're going to end up in a wheelchair.
Harsh.
That I am pro Discovery, which a lot of people disagree with,
harsh.
and you are anti Discovery.
Season
But
2.
Well,
I
Max
like
is
Discovery.
anti himself because he hates it but
That's
still
not
watches
true.
it. So.
We had a nice discussion about the latest episode earlier.
Oh, did you? I really liked the latest episode. I got very excited.
Yeah, I've
Very
also
excited.
watched recently a video.
Is that the one that's made-
Have you considered this, right? How can 5 signals or something be seen across the galaxy when you've got speed of light to take into consideration?
Cocaine.
Like the light of the flashing red
Because
things.
it went through subspace, which is quicker than light.
No,
Well,
that's
I'm
no,
gonna use a logical
no. That's not how that
conclusion.
works. There's no. There's
I'm
so,
making stuff up to make it work.
There's so many
It
logical
disrupted the
fallacies.
mycelial network, Max.
I'm going to use a logical conclusion to say it's not the entire galaxy and just say that it's actually the Alpha and Beta Quadrant and it was listening posts that picked it up.
They
At the
tapped into the
exact
Herogen
same
com
time.
relays, right?
Pushes nerd
which they then
glasses back
forgot
up.
about.
I'm going to say, because they haven't got any idea about the Delta Quadrant or the Gamma Quadrant.
But here's the thing, right? They mentioned that one planet that they spore drive to was like 50,000 light years away. You know, with the church.
Why?
Yes.
Okay, so Voyager's lost in the Delta Quadrant. They're like,
Where
Didn't we have
don't
that
they get
spore
the
drive
spore
knocking
drive
about?
out?
let's just whip that out and go get him. No.
No.
No, it was.
Also,
To be honest with you, I don't understand why Voyager didn't cotton on and use what the hell are those things? Casper the Ugly Ghost, Ugly Cousins. Earlier.
To be,
Oh, yeah,
to be
from the-
fair, Voyager could have just used the caretaker array and been back in what, but no.
Exactly.
Actually,
Just like,
she had to
fuck
be
these guys.
self-righteous.
We could tell Starfleet whatever the fuck we want. They're not out here.
Yeah, but it gets better. There's some other like logical stuff like with Discovery which don't make sense when you start thinking about it.
So hang on. Voyager had tricobalt torpedoes. Which
No,
she
it had a
uses-
tricobalt device which they fitted into a torpedo. Big difference.
They also had 33 photon torpedoes,
36.
which can't be replaced. Ever.
But apparently they can.
But they fired more. We know they fired more than that. And also, they destroyed the caretaker array. What did they fire at the caretaker array?
Yeah,
Wasn't that
tricobalt, didn't they?
special? Yeah, it was
A special
tricobalt.
one.
It was
So-
a tricobalt device, not a
So
torpedo.
the caretaker array it had no shields. They fired a tricobalt torpedo on it.
They wanted to make sure the Kazon can like build a super mega caretaker gun and kill everyone with it.
Question:
What?
Later on in the series, they beam a photon torpedo onto a Borg interceptor and blow it up from the inside. So, question: why couldn't they use the caretaker array and leave a tricobalt device inside the caretaker array after using it, and then it explodes and then stops the Kazon
Because-
from using it?
There was not enough time!
Not
Got
enough
it!
time!
They got moved to that
Not
galaxy
enough
in an instant.
time!
Because the beaming the torpedo onto the Borg ship was clearly 7 of 9's idea, and they're all thick as shit.
Yes. David
yeah,
comes into the rescue with
Head
logic.
cannon accepted.
Like a
Fun
Vulcan.
now commence.
Secretly, you're a Vulcan, aren't you?
Absolutely not. Maybe she fiddled with the Borg shields to get it in, so they didn't realise or something.
I think there was something.
Look, cheeky little fiddle, turned the shields off, beamed the torpedo in, job done. And then they're all like, let's assimilate it, and then they start hugging it like tree huggers, and then it goes off, and they're all sad.
I think what we've established here is that we can pick holes in every Star Trek.
And they
series.
did
Yeah, but
Italian job, you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off on it.
But the entire premise of Discovery, like, it's all like, oh, we're gonna jump to a planet that's 50,000 light years away, even though, like, the episode before, we discussed that we could never, ever, ever use a spore drive again because it's hurting sentient creatures.
Well,
But
to be
let's
fair,
just use it anyway. Also, we can resurrect people from the dead now because when you die, you go into a magic spore network, Keith.
But to be fair though,
How can you justify the magic heaven spore network?
To be fair though, they don't have any more tardigrade DNA to inject into another being. So even if Voyager did have the technology, they would need a tardigrade DNA to
I
inject
want
into
someone to
Seven of Life.
explain to me why it's okay to mycelial network jump places, but it's not okay to turn beings from another dimension into engine fuel for the Equinox.
Because the Prime Directive was much more serious later on.
I was on the Equinox side.
Later on,
Yeah.
it had hundreds of years of the Federation. To be fair, look, Section 31 existed.
So they ruined Section 31.
I like new Section 31. I think they're pretty damn devious.
Section
I don't
31.
understand why they've taken the floor out of their bridge.
Section 31 used to be like, you wake up, there's a guy in your bedroom, and you're scared the fuck. And then they changed it to like, yeah, we're just like space
Well,
FBI.
you see,
now.
You're right, it was
thing
much
is-
better when they could go inside his brain.
Star Trek always had this very narrow idea of morality. Now, me, when I watched Voyager, I was always on the good guy's side. I was on the Kazon side, I was on the Vidians, I was on Seska's side. I was always on the good guy's side. And I don't see what's so difficult about that.
Seska was a great character.
It actually was. It was really
Jane,
good character arc.
Actually, her character arc was interesting. baby did turn out to be bloody Kazon though. It's like
Actually, Alex, Steph, I said it right this time, brings up a good point. What about warp speed destroyed space in TNG? Oh my god!
We covered that last week.
that was a one-off episode thing, and it was they wanted to use it for an interesting like story mechanic, but then they decided like, yeah, this really limits us in storytelling.
Clearly,
I
they
always thought
invented
that
a new
was
type of
limited
warp
to
drive
that area of
afterwards.
space.
That's
Really? All
literally
up.
the in-universe explanation is that they use it that the Sovereign and the Intrepid are the testbeds of 2 different kinds of new warp drive.
And then
Yeah,
what
a
about
foldy
in
uppy
Voyager?
one and a non-foldy uppy one.
What about in Voyager when they went past warp speeds and then they reverted in time to?
I think we have a
Or
diagram
speed
to
up in
represent this particular
Hang on.
topic. Yeah.
Seeking.
Wow,
There it is.
wow. Deploy
And then-
the diagram.
But how comes then if you go to a quantum slipstream or transwarp that it doesn't have? I'm confused now. Warp makes no sense in Star Trek.
It's
Let's
funnels.
just agree.
It's all about funnels.
Warp makes
What
sense
about
in
this-
Star Trek.
What about
Onions
the
have
Zindi
layers.
vortex? What about the
Onions
Zindi
have
vortex?
layers.
Isn't Zindi vortex the same as quantum slipstream technically?
No, it's like a little terry thing that they jump in and fall out somewhere else.
So it's like transwarp.
Yeah.
No, transwarp is different.
No, transwarp uses constructed conduits. I don't think they have, because there's that one like in Voyager where they go through the hexagon.
So what we're saying is the Borg aren't as advanced as the Zindi.
No, they use different drives. Because
No, I think the Borg ones travel much further distances because they
It's
can
faster.
go literally anywhere.
the other one, the
So-
Vortex, is not faster than warp drive. Not much faster.
But quantum slipstream, which the race was using to outrun the Borg, is not. Wait.
Yeah, that one's special.
Fast.
I don't think that they were using it to outrun the Borg, were they? I think it was
Yes, they
just.
were. Yes, they were. That was the last thing they had. was to
No,
outrun
no,
them.
they-
They had one surviving ship that had it, which
Yeah.
he
Oh, that was
camouflaged as.
Yeah, that
And
And then
basically the Borg already had similar tech, but
Because
that-
they'd
they
already
were-
assimilated
yeah.
their whole system, hadn't they?
Yeah,
So
they were
hadn't,
basically. He was the last guy who wanted to basically get revenge on Captain Schizophrenia.
that was it.
Oh,
Because
Captain Coffee.
They ruined it for them. But then there's too many versions of warp, transwarp, slipstream, vortex, finny, wormhole.
I like Sublight.
sublight,
Sublight's the best.
Yeah.
speed, solar
Enjoy the
sail.
journey.
That's the more leisurely way to get around. Clearly, solar sail shit.
Yeah. And get
Did you
tachyon
deploy
idiots.
the diagram?
Yeah, he deployed the
We did.
diagram.
The yellow dog. There it is.
I'm only joking, Centurion. I know it's frustrating. I'm just being a dick, as always.
Yeah.
Star Trek's
It took him like
silliness.
5 minutes, but he's back on form.
Yeah, but the way they tell the story in Discovery Season 2 is a lot better than Season 1. And the stories in general are still better than in Season 1. I still think there are some serious issues with the storytelling and the way... I think one of the other issues is that they're very casual with getting people to die, because remember that guy who was a douchebag in the pod with Burnham, and it was like, oh yeah, we just killed him off because he was mean to Super Burnham, because Super Burnham can do no wrong.
Which pod? Are you on about the start of season 2 with the weird?
Yeah, that was kind
yeah.
of, if you think about it, it goes against the very message of Trek, because it's like, oh, you're being a dick to Super Burnham, then you die.
I don't know if it does go against the message of Trek, because there was all that shit in TNG with when Wesley was at flying around with.
Yeah, but the
right.
thing is, in Discovery
What,
they.
when not Tom Paris was there?
No, what's it called? The elite.
Yeah, that's
youth
not Tom Paris.
Squadron.
Yeah, that was the not.
Yeah,
Tom
that was the not Tom Paris.
Was that
but-
Wesley?
Paris, not Tom Paris.
Yeah, but the problem I have with it is that
It's called Discovery and it's shit.
it's more that fact that
stands for STD.
is shut it.
I think.
Is it they
Star Trek
they
has loads of
handle
bravado.
they handle it's not the bravado that's the issue. It's the fact that when somebody died,
Everyone's
in Trek,
punching everyone and it makes me scared.
when somebody died in Trek before, it used to be a big thing if people died. It was
What about the Bajoran ensign who got sent on that mission and then they were just like, oh, she's dead.
Yeah.
that's
I was okay.
And to be fair, like
I'll allow it.
be fair, there was loads of people that died in the DS9 wars that were just kind of like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
No,
think about all
no,
those
it wasn't.
stories.
Entirety
No.
of Red Squadron died on that Defiant class.
Yeah, but that was a
Because they
big
were
deal in the
bravado.
episode. They were all like, yeah, the guys died. It was never a good thing, but they kind of like brushed off like, oh, he was a dick, so it was okay that he died.
That was basically Taps that episode, wasn't it?
I mean,
Isn't Taps-
and then there's the original series where
Cruise.
red shirts died every 5 seconds.
And every time a red shirt died, it was perceived as like, oh shit, somebody's dead. This is not good. And I
He's
feel
dead, Jim.
that is a bit absent in Discovery, where it's like, oh,
No red shirts.
I'm being
You need-
serious
you
here,
need
but
more red shirts.
No red shirts. So
No
if
red
everybody who died had a red shirt, it would be
It'd be perfectly acceptable to Max.
agreed.
On a comparison.
Why are you
note,
trying to have
though-
a serious conversation with us?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick you
I will
fuckers
say
from my
this.
stream in a bit.
The problem with Trek, and it has lots of series, yes, I admit, but the problem with Trek is it messes around with the essence of traveling around the galaxy too much. You see, this is the great thing about Babylon 5.
Oh, fuck off!
There wasn't.
There we go.
There wasn't. Now, Chris will agree with me on this. There was never any change. You either had a warp gate or you could form your own warp point, but the effect.
See,
was
and
the
that's
same.
and that's why, because
I'm suddenly very sleepy.
It's a great series. Don't knock it.
all right, now let's get back to modding now, because this is
You've
getting...
not even watched it, Max. You've not even watched the series.
All right, get back to modding, or I'll kick you from the stream.
I haven't actually done any modding since I joined, but you know.
Yeah,
it's
you were
okay.
gonna do maps, weren't you?
Oh, am I? If you put the new Gravity Wells in.
Not yet, but you can do stuff for like the first edition.
I've posted a couple of magnificent pictures that I'm sure all will appreciate.
Yeah, we've already seen them.
Fuck you guys.
They're amazing, Chris. I love them. But yeah, we did get a lot of stuff done on the AOTF last week. Titan voice files. Now let's have a listen to these in game.
I can't remember what problems I still had left over in STA3.
No, Star Destroyer needs to go.
I mean, except for that one, which I'm not going to do.
Chicken.
Nah, it stays. I like it.
Oh, do you know what
Should
was?
be my model, but oh well.
Do you know what was?
I'm all right with
cool
that. Don't mind that at all.
In season 2 is when Giorgio turned up with the little drones that splattered the Klingons. That was cool.
Eh.
They just exploded.
I think the best thing in that entire scene was that Klingon with the white hair.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yes.
Because he looked like a Klingon.
Yes. They kind of brought it back full circle, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's
it was
kind of.
alright.
Oh, you mean like they're backpedaling because they realised they fucked up?
Well, they
Well, fair dues. Do you know what? If a series realizes that it's done something that that perhaps the community don't like and it backpedals, I'm all for that. I think that's a really good thing.
True. All right, but
Because
let's have
a lot of them would just forge ahead and they'd probably go even further just to be like, no, we're doing it our way.
This is the problem with the internet generation: is everyone complains, even if someone tries to fix something, they still complain about the thing that they were complaining about originally, and then they complain about the fact that they tried to fix the thing that they complained about.
Yeah, but we know you're a Discovery apologist.
You
I
must
mean,
have massive lungs.
I am. I'm not a Discovery apologist, and yes, I do have massive lungs because I work out regularly.
I'm pretty sure you're a Discovery apologist.
I'm a Discovery apologist. No, I like the series. I'm not an apologist. I just have a different opinion.
As I say, I think collectively, based on the chat that we've had, we thought the last episode of Discovery was okay.
It was.
I thought the one was pretty interesting as well with Saru.
Yes.
But because it tells an original story, but they were kind of they were dancing around the Prime Directive in a bit weirdly. Yeah, I feel the continued inclusion of Giorgio was a mistake. I agree. Like her arc stopped at the Terran Empire thing. It was interesting that she was in the Terran Empire, but she should have died at the end, when the ship exploded.
See, I think a revitalization of the Lorca arc might not be a bad thing.
You see, Lorca was interesting. Like, if they could bring him back like Prime Lorca, because I feel the actor is absolutely brilliant.
Yes, he was quite commanding, wasn't he?
But
Like,
to be
his
fair,
presence was quite
I
commanding.
really like Pike. They've done a fabulous job on casting him.
Yeah,
So
he's
does that
brilliant.
mean now because of the what was the planet Talos for? Was it?
Yeah, I don't get
So because of that,
it.
does that mean that the pilot, what was it called?
It's
The
canon.
cage, is that canon now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to change the constitution model.
Don't say that to me.
No.
That's awkward, isn't it? Got to get those spikes on those nacelles.
We'll get those little gaps in it.
Bust up that bridge module to be twice the size it is now.
You know.
You know. You know.
I mean, I'm half inclined to add like the livery that the original one had.
Didn't Doug design the new Connie?
Dalek
it was
says,
John Eves.
Dalek says Jason Isaacs has hinted that we may see him again. That could be quite interesting. And I'd certainly like to.
Right, so one of the things we've done is we've added some new ambient sounds to planets and effects as well. So let's have a listen to some other stuff. So let's go to.
Can't hear it.
You can't hear it, but the other people can.
Can't hear it.
What does it describe the sound to me?
Yeah.
It's a whooshy whooshy sound, like a.
Whooshy whooshy.
Whooshy, whooshy, whooshy.
And all the asteroid fields kind of have like these dust clouds around them. Let's see if I can find an ice field somewhere around here.
Is that the? Have you got? What does the current blocker asteroid field look like, Max? Have you got one on
Unstable
there?
asteroid field? It's not in this map.
Right. Why?
Well, because let's see if the cluster cover does it have a different sound. I can't remember. Yeah, this one has a different sound now.
Is that one of your maps?
All the maps are on that.
This is. I think this is Hobsicle's map.
Hobsicle's map. Hobsicle's map.
But we do
I-
need to
End it in the
nail down this map
Bible
concept
map Bible.
thing, because I think there's going to be a few reworks involved.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask. Was do I need to rework the original maps when we get the other one?
I don't
Also,
think
we now have
using
engine
any
sounds.
original
We
maps,
now
right?
have engine
No, I mean
sounds.
your maps. And stuff.
Shut
I see
it.
what you mean.
Yeah.
We now have engine sounds for Zindi as well.
I'm sure you mean. Can you excuse me for a moment, please?
Yeah, I was trying to.
No, he means to interrupt an important conversation that's being had because it's other people.
We're streaming. We would show stuff off. though.
You're right. Your stuff's more.
Oh, God.
We'll just have a side conversation.
No,
We'll go for our own forward.
I'll leave and we'll go have a chat in one of the
do
rooms. Yeah.
this.
Okay,
No,
deal.
don't
Yeah.
you-
All right. Let's go into
No,
which one have we
stop
got?
it.
Which
Dev meeting
Stop
room one. Yeah.
Dev
Okay.
meeting room, we can talk about stuff.
Yeah. Let's go talk in there. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Have you noticed that the dev meeting rooms are actually public at the moment?
Yeah. Who wants to chat?
Oh,
Pop in.
fuck off.
We're gonna have our own stream with Blackjack and hookers, and it'll be great. We just won't stream it because I don't know how to do that. But whatever.
I've got your back,
Oh,
bro. I
I've
think
got a
I've set the
fucking
stream
headache
up
at this
pretty
point. Guys, could you please?
All right,
pushing it too far.
Map Bible. So originally,
Try and
the
shove
concept-
down.
the concept was that there would be 3 types of gravity wells to go in the gameplay. So that basically, as most people know, I'm going to bring back an old saying, which Max is going to hate in a minute.
No!
Oh,
no! No!
You can't
Yes.
come back and just drop that
Yes, yes, I can. Yes, you can have your heroes. Anyway, so yes, so your ships with their abilities obviously have different abilities that affect how your fleet will work, and some of them have things like warp beacons and the ability to create temporary phase lanes and things like that.
Yeah, about that.
Well-
That might change, but oh well.
That might change though, because Max likes to change things, and he likes spore drives and things like that. But anyway, the original concept, as I was saying, was that there would be. Okay,
in. That was the original concept for AOTF 1.
That was it. Burps, basically. That was the original concept. That we just have burps in there. Burp sounds everywhere. There was going to be 3 types of gravity wells. So effectively, the problem with most Sins mods at the moment is the maps are very static, and even though they look very pretty, you as a player don't really have any more interaction other than building your buildings at each well that you can build at. Now in STA 3, we had Chris spent a lot of time, as did Max, working on unique gravity wells where there were things like stations you could capture. And as we developed STA 3, we came to the idea, well, myself and Rick and Chris came to the idea of trying to create an event-style map, which was the Nemesis map, which Chris has now fixed and works really well. So you actually have a scenario that the map is based around. So with AOTF, the original concept was that each map would have some kind of dynamism in with the gameplay, so that you had a tactical option as a tactical strategy as opposed to other mods, where certain wells would allow certain ships to traverse and provide you unique tactics and flanking in the maps. So, for example, you may have a well that will allow capital ships to move through, but cruisers and frigates couldn't move through. Thus, you'd have to split your fleet. So, again, allowing kind of differences in gameplay and sneak attacks. There would also be a well where capital ships, it would be far too dangerous to put a capital ship through that because it's too big a bulgy, such as a very dense asteroid
we
field.
already have that partially implemented with the unstable asteroid field, but it still needs to be further expanded. But we just simply we want to get other stuff done first, so that kind of concept has been shoved to the shelf for release 2.
Mm-hmm.
But can you just stop for a second? I want to let Farbicus hear his own voice that was just implemented into the game, if you don't mind.
Okay. We are receiving, RVing that location. On our way, RVing that location.
So let's have a look. When it goes to an enemy, we can also show off the new warp effect on the Connie.
Go to highest warp factor.
Look at that. The cells glow up when it's at warp.
Unable to comply.
And it's unable to comply.
What do you got for us?
Look at that. That's pretty.
We are receiving.
And now.
What do you got for us? Tactical systems at the ready. Starfleet's best and brightest standing by.
Let's get some weapons, overcharge weapons, and upgrade defenses. Yeah, Hobbes, you might want to do that filter on it as well, still.
We are receiving. On our way. Let's go.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Attack vectors set. Starfleet's best and brightest standing by.
But we also have a Klingon Titan that we can show off.
Bring up local star
which
charts.
also has some nice effects.
We have a new ship for the fleet. Nu.
With Centurion at the helm.
Our hunt begins. Our hunt begins.
Now we also did change. We finally got the abilities done on the D7 as well. So where's the give experience? There it is. So we can show off the abilities of the D7.
You messed up.
What?
Bossum icon.
Oh, what the hell?
Unable to comply.
I forgot one of the stages. That's easily fixable.
Idiot.
We are moving.
But also, this one, also the D7s themselves also glow up at warp. Look at that. That's pretty. Let's hope there's still some enemies left
While you're doing strings, Hobbes.
I told you I was doing.
Yeah, while you're doing strings.
I thought you said, "Why am I doing strings?" And I was like,
"No, why?"
I discussed this about an hour ago.
There is. If you take a look at the entities, somewhere there is a Bucknell freighter or something that looks very much like a Bucknell freighter. I think it might be the radiation ship, and it's currently called a Janitza. We need to change that.
Yes. Did the Moset get fixed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me go back into that.
What else was on my list of?
The Romulan smuggling specialization was misplaced, so I'm just fixing that now.
Oh, Hobbes, we need a generic icon for docking and launching ships.
Yes, I know it's on the list.
Well, then do that.
If you looked at the list once in a while.
I have. I removed stuff that I did from the list, like all these icons, so that we wouldn't have stuff that's already done on the list that I already did.
But have you done the stuff with the other stuff?
No, that's my job.
Not the things.
Alright, no fins. Stuff and fins with the stuff.
Look, two of you live in the UK. Can one of you just come over and make me a coffee, for
Glory
fuck's sake?
will be ours.
I haven't eaten this evening.
I put trousers on!
Let's launch a projected stasis field at that ship.
We are.
This Natrick is why I've done most of my stuff not in a team.
Now, what this ability does is it disables your own ship, really. It disables its engines and weapons, but it makes all the ships in a cone around it completely vulnerable to all attacks, which can affect multiple ships in the cone. It does have some vulnerabilities to the D7 as well, but it is something which can make for some interesting moments. Now, then we have Magnetic Pulse, which does some shield bypass, and of course a torpedo. Which does extra torpedo damage. Let's launch some torpedoes. The projected stasis field is actually from Star Trek the Animated Series.
Fire streaks the heavens. Glory will be ours.
Right, okay, what were we talking? There was a Bocknot type thing. So is it pointing to the wrong string, or is it pointing to the right string but the string's got the wrong text? Do we not know?
The entity itself has got it hasn't got a new string.
Right, okay.
So we'll need to do both in that instance. I've just done a quick push, which it just changes the window file slightly, so it shouldn't affect you.
Okay, cool.
Just pull push when you're done.
Okay, that's fine. Do we know what the entity's called?
It's called Nuchta and Buchchawe.
Let me just have a little search for it.
M-Cruiser radiation ship, maybe?
That sounds about right.
There we go, that's done well. I need to fix that little error on the Titan upgrade.
It may be worth us looking at all the random event ships and just seeing if there's any...
No, that's got the right string. It's called Toxic Waste Barge.
Okay,
that might be the random event one.
It may, in that case, it could be one of the friendly traders.
That's nice to hear, Centurion. Klingon Titan upgrades. I think it was weapons, wasn't it? There we go, that's the one.
What's it
committing that fix?
What should it be called?
Maybe a Bocknor. It looks like a Bocknor, I think, from what I remember.
It's called a Janitza right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I found it. I'm just going to check the mesh to make sure.
And I think something similar applies to the Sheliak vessel as well. We need to give that a name.
Sheliak.
The Sheliak. I'll tell you all the things we missed.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I mean, I've been trying to get this stuff like that eliminated much. Centurion, anytime. You provided some excellent voice files. So, same goes to Farbicus as well. You both provided excellent voices. And Farbicus, Regarding a certain other voice file you sent us, if that person could record some Romulan voiceovers for, say, a bird of prey with plasma torpedoes, for the big bird at the bottom.
Oh, by the way, I've started recording all the voice files for our super secret Packlid race.
Excellent.
Oh God. We are smart.
We are looking for things that make us go.
Right, it's not that one, because that one actually does look like a Janitza.
You look like a Janitza.
M. Cruiser Sheliak or something like that?
Yeah, it's Sheliak.
Sheliak, what are they feeding you?
I've been watching Friends lately. I don't like it.
What's wrong with you?
I'm 4 seasons in now and I've decided.
But we were on a break.
God. It really isn't very good. Like I think I watched How I Met Your Mother before I watched Friends. And
Friends is better than How I Met Your Mother.
I really don't think it is. I think Friends is really...
It's okay to
just
be wrong.
Nothing fucking happens.
It's not actually called M. Cruiser Sheliak from memory.
I'm not doing the Sheliak one, I'm still doing the Janitza one.
It's definitely not called Sheliak.
It's just called M_Sheliak. That looks like Lady Bane coding that.
I don't know what you're on about. Actually, no. That's Lazy Draconis coding.
Whoa.
I didn't make
No.
No, wait, I did make that one. That is me. Never mind. I take that back.
Thank you, Far, because it's all on yourself, mate. You provided excellent voice files.
Oh, here's another thing that we've missed. We still don't have a correct wireframe model. Wireframe top-down view for the Singularity ship for the Romulans.
Okay, right.
I'll get on that because I've got the model.
Thanks, mate.
I've already done it for Bruce's pack thing, so I'll just copy it over.
Oh, perfect.
Right. Let's just do one thing at a time
about
because
the
I'm
Singularity engine.
caught up. The Janitza one.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
There's only one entity that points to that string in the whole of the folder.
It's not the string. It's not the string folder itself that's the problem. It's M_Sheliak.
Right.
And you would need to change the string ID in that because it probably points to.
I thought you were saying something
only
that like a
darkness.
Boknor.
The Boknor, that's a different ship.
Yeah, that's probably like M_Trader or something.
Oh, you're about the radiation ship?
I can't keep up with this.
Fire.
How about I do it, mate?
Yeah, because
You push the changes that you've done.
and I can't concentrate. Too much contradictory. My little brain. Too tired.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
Oh, there's so many spelling mistakes.
Spelling mistakes?
Yep.
Where?
I don't want to say.
I don't know who was doing strings. Who was doing strings for Nemesis? It wasn't me.
It's not Nemesis. Spelling mistakes.
Oh, you mean AOTF?
No, it's SDA3.
Ah.
It's post-Nemesis spelling mistakes. I'm afraid to say.
Was it Tyrellian?
Let's use that stasis field, shall we? While the other D7s fights. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. For the wrong reasons. Why is dance required to free us?
Yeah, there was. I don't know what was going on with the random event. They usually there's loads of things. and cruiser underscore radiation shit.
Right, I've pushed what I'd finished doing.
Are you doing that one, Chris, at the moment?
I'm sorry?
Were you doing the underscore cruiser underscore radiation?
No, I'm leaving it because what I don't want to do is I don't want to confuse any of the changes that Hobbes is currently making because he's in the string file.
I've just pushed it now, so you can do what you need to do.
Ah, good.
Yeah, the bottom law is only underscore shit.
Are you doing that, Ang?
No, I'm letting you do it.
Okay.
Wielders of mysterious power. This is
in many ways, I would have preferred it, Hobbes, if you'd written it shelling mistakes.
Oh!
No.
Negatory.
Negative. I need to go make food. I'm getting hungry. So I need to do.
The last laser master. Well, the reason I'm getting this Connie absolutely wrecked is because I want to show off the debris.
Look, shut stuff. That's it.
You upgraded the Klingons.
Well, I just spawned 3D7s just to... Storyline seeps again to be...
I don't know what the Shire chip was.
Try the random event bit. It would probably tell you.
Oh, no. I'm talking about
In the
Shellyak colony ship is all that it's. Yeah, it's just Shellyak colony.
Here we go.
It's a lot of merchantmen, of course.
You mean what's the end? Is that what you mean?
Mm-hmm. No.
No. Okay, I'm going to be quiet.
Oh, that was the Klingon music.
M__ shit.
There we go. The Klingons will be victorious. Look at that, guys. She's dead.
Jim.
I think, guys, if you pay attention to my screen, you'll see a very nice looking Connie wreck.
I'll take a look in just a moment. Yeah, she looks good. She hasn't got a lot of roll on her. Can you actually define that?
A little bit, not as much as I'd like.
Okay.
But the downside is usually the capital ships, they sink as well. And the rolling is random, of course, so depending on what speed the ship's going.
Okay. The speed and the turn rate of the ship at the time, yeah, that stands to reason. Yeah, she looks good.
I'm gonna tweak something else because I figured something out. You know the little debris we use for like you know, the little debris when we like do critical hits. The D7 wreck's going to be interesting. What I'm going to do with that Dalek, I don't know yet. We never saw a D7 get properly wrecked. I wish we could do particle effects attached to a wreck. But we can't do that, unfortunately. Look at that. Oh, she really got... I didn't know that. I didn't expect this to look this good in game.
Yeah, he did.
I was hoping for it. I didn't expect it.
Dalek says, I can't wait to see the D7 wreck. I think they might not well appear for the first version, if I'm right in saying that.
I might do the D7 because it's the Titan. But don't expect every capital ship to be done. I can just imagine Core just going there, yes! Those weren't D7s, Centurion. Not real D7s. So, Obstacles, how's the spelling mistake hunting going?
He's finished, I think.
Hobbes?
He said something about food.
Alright. Right, you guys needed a wireframe of a ship, right?
I think Hobbes said he already had one of those that he'd done for Bruce's icon changer, so I think he's going to grab it from that.
Now, who's doing the D7 in Photoshop thing?
Not me.
Oh, that is Hobbes.
Yeah.
Hobbes. Hobbes? Hey. Oh well.
I think you might be muted, Hobbes.
Pretty sure he's muted.
Well, otherwise he's not listening to us, which I wouldn't really blame him for either.
Oh, they got electrocuted into nothing by a big space cloud. A big space baby with, like, with anger issues.
Okay. Yep.
That's true, though, isn't it?
That must be it.
Let's see.
There we go.
The smallest mesh files. Yeah, I need those. So I'm going to now have to go to player. Player UFP. So how's debris defined? Okay, this is what we can do with debris. We can set the speed, the drag rate, And the shadow. I'm in the shadow. Oh. So that's a 1. Well, we can set how long debris lasts as well. I'll agree with you that the design for the 2097 was closer to thingy than anything we had before. Alright, so let's Fed Titan Constitution. Now let's do debris small. $50. Guys, I'm gonna have to be right back. Just have to go to the restroom real quick. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. I'm not sure if you can still hear me, Dolly. I don't know whether Max has put it on pause or anything. It says, "Hey, do you guys have any need of a couple of custom asteroids? I made a few for Sin's Read that aren't likely to get used. Maybe that might be really nice." Oh, there's nice looking asteroids. I like them. Alright. What I'm trying to do at the moment is I'm just trying to remove some words from here so that it doesn't go over. Hello.
Hello.
You alright?
Yes. I
Good
made
man.
tea. That's where I was, making tea, because tea is important for my sanity.
I do like tea.
I find tea is one of the things that makes the world go round. Actual modding. I love the way you called this actual modding. Does this mean the stream doesn't usually have actual modding on it?
Regularly, it's just a lot of pissing about.
Oh!
I'm just fixing a few more strings because I think some of my minor faction abilities, their names were a little bit too long, and of course they go over the bounding boxes.
Okay.
So I'm just I'm trying to foreshorten those names a little bit in order to maintain some semblance of order.
Tea does make you live longer. That's very true, Alex.
Didn't come over and make me that coffee though, did you?
Oh, I have made you many coffees in the past, and teas, in fact.
You're actually pretty decent at making a cup of tea. I'll give you that.
Thank you. I am a bit of a tea fan, as you know, so...
Right, there are a lot of people who are absolutely dog rough at making a cup of tea. You're not bad.
Well, to be fair, I had a boss that made me make cups of tea, and he watched me to make sure I didn't do it wrong on purpose the first time. And thus I became saddled. And it is a lesson I have taken to every apprentice I've ever had. You will make tea.
Dolly's just offered us... he's made a couple of asteroids for Sins.
Nice.
Which he doesn't think he's going to use, so he's suggested that we might want to use them in AOTF. I'll wait until Max gets back, because he does the art bollocks.
Wait, Max has gone? I thought it was quiet here.
I think he wanted to go for a dump or something.
Yeah, I'm used to being over-talked and stuff like that. Yeah. Is Hobbes still here?
No, he's taking a break.
He's taking a break. I don't know. How long do you stream for? How long is the stream? Hello, stream.
Typically, they usually go for about an hour and a half, but I'm in for a bit of a hole here because I want to try and get everything finished today.
Because release of Uprising is important.
To me, yeah.
Is it, so are we're pretty much there, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm just doing like really minor tweaks now. If you notice any problems, like maybe that's something that you could do. Why don't you just have a fiddle around, get in dev mode, spawn all the races, and just hover over things and make sure that there's nothing weird?
You want me to start doing maps?
For what?
AOTF, I'm doing maps.
Oh, yeah, if you're doing that, that's fine. It's always good for me to have a second set of eyes. That's the reason I suggested it.
I'm building maps for when the new Gravity was going. So at the moment, I'm designing them. I need to actually have a chat with. Well, I need to produce this map Bible that Hobbes has asked me to produce because map Bibles are important. Do you know what I was thinking, Mr. Gull?
Yeah?
We need to do another Sins mod co-op together at some point.
Sid's mod what now?
A Sins mod co-op together at some point.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
I was watching our playback, just for want of anything else to do the other day, of Sins of the Prophets. That was good fun.
It was alright, that.
It was. And there were lots of suggestions, I noticed in the comments, of mods we could play next.
Well, some of them aren't currently updated, so that's something that we have to keep in mind.
Yeah, there is that. And some of them you're already doing, I noticed as well. So,
am I?
Are you doing Dawn of the Reapers? I think you're doing Dawn of the Reapers, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been good.
I don't know if Battlestar Galactica is up. Is it up to date?
I don't think so.
Oh, shame.
Okay. There we go, that's all done. Happy with that. What else did I think that I wanted to do?
Right, I'm back.
Hello.
Everybody's gone. We've all decided to leave.
Okay, fine.
Hobbes is just taking a break
From?
Yes, Farbicus. You may ask.
from being in the stream.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, it was a bit stressful. That's why I kind of wanted everybody to quiet down a bit earlier, because it was driving me nuts as well.
I think he's just tired, to be honest with you. I think it was only you that was pissing off, because the rest of us were doing the pissing off. We tend to enjoy that.
The mech says, just finished watching the newest episode of Discovery, and oh my god!
Terrible, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
I feel like bad serious sci-fi.
I will not bite, Max. You may try, but you will fail.
I'm also hey, later wait, alright, I'm gonna have to go. Oh. See you later, Dalek.
So I got addicted to Railway Empire because it was on sale on Steam, and it looked like Railway Tycoon 2, which I had many fond memories of.
You mean Railroad Tycoon 2?
Yes.
Oh, railway.
What I said.
You said railway.
Did I? Tired. So
I had it myself when I was a kid. It was like it had like this cool isometric. It was like isometric, wasn't it? But they had like these cool pre-rendered graphics, didn't they? Like your station would grow if you got it bigger.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's this game on Steam called Railway Empire, which to me is like an updated railway building game. So I bought it because it was like £11 or something like that, and I ended up realising I started at 8:30 AM this morning, and then it got to 2 o'clock, and I become so engrossed. I was like, "Oh my god, I've literally been playing this game." Since 8:30 this morning, and it's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What the hell?
Don't you have a job?
Next week, I have a job.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Next week, I have a job. This week, I have no job.
Steve. Job.
Oh, really? Did you?
Yeah, it was terrible, wasn't it?
Don't you have a job, Max?
I do, that's why I haven't been able to do so much modding as I'd like lately.
I did actually say...
That's not the reason, Max.
Yes, the reason you haven't done as much modding is the reason I said congratulations earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw your Facebook.
It's been official for some time, but now we just got Facebook official.
Facebook official!
When I get that feeling.
You want that you were healing.
Oh dear God, we're nuts. When we get like this, and we haven't even had beer. Can you imagine what it'd be like for beer?
I've had wine. I've had plenty of wine.
Is said lady
Just
there
tell me
tonight?
where to go.
No, she's off doing pub quiz, but she was here earlier. You missed her.
Is she coming back after pub quiz?
Standing
Yes.
There you go.
I mean, she's been practically living here for the last 2.5 months, so.
Okay. But she has her own place. Is she getting rid of her own place? Have you actually asked her to get rid of her own place?
No. She's not getting rid of her own place. Oh.
Time is short.
Is she going to
Oh, I've just had a text. She's getting rid of her own place.
No.
Oh. She's sublet her own place out to make extra money.
She's not going to do that. We're not planning on doing that anytime soon.
Ah.
Let's see if this turned out all right.
Bring up local star charts.
Just in case.
Ready
Don't
and
stay on.
I imagine they.
Yeah.
See, Chris, what I've done now is you see these little debris. You know the debris that we use for like the generic debris.
No, but I'm okay with it.
Well, that's now used for like debris that spawns when your ship dies as well.
Okay. This is good. Are they unusually glowy and annoying?
No.
Good.
If you look on the screen, you'll see that they're.
Look, yeah, I'm doing modding.
He's doing stuff with things.
Look, you get it like this because they're also small pieces as well.
Oh, that's much better. I'm so glad that they don't glow.
What I'm also going to do is I'm going to recolor them to green for Klingons.
Well, yeah, that stands to reason. Yeah, good idea.
Well, I just wanted to test to see how it looked with like a bunch of ships now. So this is with the disco. I'm probably going to double or quadruple the amount of debris you see.
Ooh,
Oh, that disco's got wrecked though, isn't it?
I will be back. I need to check on food in oven.
Okay.
Good luck with food. Oh, you were supposed to have blown
We
up.
await your command.
Who,
Our
me?
user has been lost.
Did I mention I didn't like that?
What?
Just that face noise. Yeah, that one.
No, you haven't. You're lying.
Oh, okay.
There we go, that's better. I think if we set that to 30 and the other one to 50, let's see what happens. Let's do it 50 and the other one. See what happens. I'm just going to go nuts on these debris, see. Because the thing is, it's only it's only loads in like 4 meshes, so on resources it's really light. Hey, Chris?
Mm-hmm. I'm listening. Just do my own thing as well.
If we can manage that and make it look good, because I'd rather have a lot of small pieces than a few big pieces. If you catch my drift.
Yes.
So that does.
Ready and able.
Need something destroyed?
Standing by.
Our cruiser has been lost.
Oh, it's going to be loud. Oh wow, look at that. That's a bit weird.
That's a lot of debris.
That's 150 pieces for the Connie.
Possibly a little too much.
I think these 50 for a capital ship are nice. Look.
I think 50 for the Connie is right as well. It doesn't necessarily need to be more bits, does it?
I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to increase the count of that plate and decrease like the count. I can set the chance of each by changing the count of stuff. But I think this is interesting because you kind of get that kind of view where there's little pieces still floating around.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
This one's a
I
bit
think
too much.
I think the 150 is excessive. Stick it as 50 as well. I think it'll be fine.
Maybe 100 because it is. Well, no, it's. I set it to 50 as well. But
The Connie's not that much bigger than the cap ships, really.
yeah,
in the
that's
great scheme
kind
things.
of that's kind of my thought as well. So it's 50. But also mess with player U of P where I can set the plating.
Sounded like a dot matrix printer then.
Oh god, what's the guy from the Orville called that looks like a Klingon?
Bortus.
Bortus?
Bortus, yeah.
Let me look it up. Yeah, Bortus. Yeah.
Bortus.
I knew us. Like it's like I know him.
New mentions discussion. Damn it, Chris.
What?
Damn it.
What?
You made me look at Discord.
Soz.
Player Terran neutral. Let's get. Right, gonna test it again. Let's see what happens now. See how it looks now. So I've not been. Chat's been awfully quiet all of a sudden.
Because everyone's paying attention.
Pay attention! Oh. Made a mistake. So let's have a look on Discord as well. Oh, that's a proper what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, of course, I need to save it before I...
Well, gentlemen, unfortunately, I must depart myself now.
Ah, why must you depart?
I had prearranged something else for 9:20, which is in 6 minutes.
6 minutes. All right, my man. It was good talking to you. I'll
Yeah,
see you
good
soon.
talking to you. Stream was a
Thank
bit
you.
hectic. Stream was a bit hectic, but
Yes, apologies for being late, but the traffic was. extremely hectic.
can't help traffic. It's not under your control, is it?
No, sadly. Moron drivers and anyway. Not that I ever break the speed limit. Ever. Right. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank
with the
you.
modding. Mr. Max and Mr. Chris, I'm sure I will talk to you either tomorrow or the day after.
I will talk to you soon, senor.
Goodbye, stream. Have fun. See you soon.
Say goodbye, Data.
Goodbye, Data. Beep boop.
Beep boop, bap boop. Boop boop. I've messed with Chris. We're actually adding the small debris to the large debris section, and seeing if I add that, and seeing if I can have a limited, like the small debris of stock. See how that looks.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think the stuff that I think we've got those voices now done. I still need to assign a random voice to the Asia class. I think I'll just use one of the existing ones. What are you working on currently?
Primarily string fixes. Just updated the Galaxy scenario dev to have constructors as part of minor factions because I hadn't put those in before.
Okay.
Just little things like that.
Yeah, for me it's just I mean, the fact that we're refining these small things at this point I think is really interesting.
There we go. Let's
Awaiting
push
orders.
that out.
I didn't need to construct all these. I just need to construct a Titan. Fuck. Uh-oh, game froze.
Standing by.
So what were you thinking about our secret plans for AOTF 2?
Starfleet's best and brightest standing by.
Secret plans?
Yeah, the ones that we might do because, you know, the way we feel.
I think rather than being secretive, we should probably just discuss it with the community, if I'm honest.
It's our choices to make.
Because, I mean, I think the nice thing about transparency is I think our whole community knows that we reserve the right to change our mind at any point if we want to.
True.
And it's always a nice thing to discuss with the community because they've always got opinions, most of which are quite good as well because they're all Star Trek fans.
True.
Now, one thing that we originally proposed as AOTF 2, if you like, was a transition from TOS vessels to TMP vessels, and having
Steady as she goes.
a fair dinkum amount of each of those in there. We've been talking more recently about making it more exclusively TMP, which is the movie period for those of you who might not know. So there wouldn't be a lot of the original series style vessels in there, and it would be way more focused around the movie period vessels. Things like the Connie Refit, the Miranda,
Soyuz, Saratoga, Excelsior.
Constellation, I suppose. That
Yes,
comes from
definitely.
that period. That kind of style, visual style, we would focus more on that and kind of leave the original series stylings behind a bit. How does the community think about that? Because there are a lot of diehard TOS fans out there, and it would be interesting to hear their opinion. I'm not one of them from a visual perspective. I like the series, but I don't care for the TOS ships very much.
Same.
And you don't see that many anyway, do you?
Plus, their refit designs are usually nicer looking anyway.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So how do you guys feel about that?
Because so it would link AOTF and Uprising together in some ways. Then, yeah, there are
Sort
a
of.
few of that style of ships in
Uprising.
STA3, but I suspect, I don't know, and please do correct me
I
if I'm
have
wrong
updated
here.
the models.
I was going to say I think Max would either remake the models or update them fairly significantly because while what we have in STA3 is really nice, his capabilities are much better than they used to be. So I think he could just make.
There's not much changes. I mean, there's some inaccuracies that were fixed on the.
I think your modelling capability might not have changed all that much, but your texturing capability has improved a lot.
Actually, it was model changes on some.
You reckon?
Centurion says that's one of the selling points of AOTF. The thing is, though, it would seriously hamper us what we can do visually with a lot of the stuff. Centurion. Also, there are a lot of gameplay limitations, and the balancing would be nigh impossible. There are other serious reasons why we're considering it. We'd still have the Federation refit Farbicus and that, so it's still up here. Oh, I'm gonna close. Did I close? No, didn't close anything.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Alright, that's done, but I'm gonna get rid of the large debris because I didn't like the way it looked. Let's keep it at that. Just gonna tweak all the fed ships to just have the debris.
Centurion would like to know what makes the balancing so difficult. If you're using transitional ships, it can make it quite challenging, unless you're using an identical instance of transitioning with ships from other factions as well. Because what happens is a transitional ship, it replaces the original ship's balance with a new type of balance. Like you've got new weapons which might do more or less damage, and you've got
and they'd be a different weapon type. The thing is
different weapon types, different weapons in different places, things like that.
You see, we couldn't do that. We can't put different weapons in different places because of the way that would work.
Exactly. So, so direct replacements of entities, or if you like, of models, it does make things quite challenging because you can't necessarily get the balance as you wanted. Well, you can, but you can't do it with the amount of.
You can't do it really.
I want a Federation and I want a Romulan because I think there are a couple of icons I need to fix.
It would either be around the Excelsior or the Ambassador class, yes. Actually, you know, another interesting thing is, Chris, this new debris is a lot more resource friendly as well.
Well, that's good.
Because it requires less resources. But the reason, like, for example, the system that we use on the take the NX as an example, which has 3 stages, it would work where you'd have the Constitution refit into Constitution refit. But one of the things we wouldn't be able to do is we wouldn't be able to have warp nacelle flashes because that's set on an entity file basis and not on a mesh file basis. And because of that, if you change it, the warp flashes would not line up anymore. Another thing we wouldn't be able to do is the glowing up nacelles when they go to warp. We wouldn't be able to have proper navigational lights. Maybe not even Bassards that rotate. And I'd rather have a TMP only AOTF2 where we can really go out. And the thing is, AOTF2, if we were to do it motion picture era only, it would take place from approximately Star Trek the Motion Picture up to, I'd say, Star Trek Generations. I think the Enterprise B might be the strongest ship, Chris. I think that might be a good idea as well. Where it would be a separate cap ship.
That would stand to reason, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yes, they could be, but then you couldn't be able to refit those ships weapon-wise. And I don't want TOS ships next to TMP ships, and I also don't want to make certain ships completely outclassed by the end of the game. I want to make every ship still be usable at any point in the game, and that's not possible with that sort of system. And that's kind of what I want to avoid. That's kind of why I want to avoid the entrapments we got into with the Cardassian Dominion faction in A3 because they have very limited ship types. It makes it very hard to balance as well. Also, if we do go the TMP only route, we can do a lot of crazy weaponry that you also saw in Klingon Academy, like assault phasers, mines, drones, missiles, stuff that you saw in Starfleet Command games and Klingon Academy. And that's kind of stuff that I really want to implement. Oh, Bruce, don't you dare. No, that wouldn't work, Cruiser, because no, that you'd have just that ship at your starting fleet, and that wouldn't make much sense. Although, I mean, Chris, what we could do is we could have a Farbicus likes a TMP only. I mean,
he may live.
Also, if we do, Farbicus, you'll love this, I think. If we do TMP only, we would be able to recreate that TMP warp effect with the blue and purple streaks that run behind each ship. You know the one, Chris?
No.
I mean, I'd really love to have that effect, but Chris, if you're interested, I do actually have the updated Miranda model on here. Also, Farbicus, we'd really use your sound effects for disruptors for Klingon Academy. That. Why didn't you record that, Chris? You have just perfect material for the Max Pack. But yeah, Chris, if you look, if I'm sharing my screen now, if you look, Chris, this version of the Miranda actually has the rounded off saucer edge on the update. I still need to fix the nacelles where this is not accurate. That sticks out. And the Miranda would actually be your cruiser in the game. It would be your one of your main cruisers.
Somehow I got muted. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. I didn't mute you.
Yeah, I didn't press
Kirk,
anything to mute.
If you do this, you'll never sit in the captain's chair again.
Have you got a bit more? Have you changed the coloration on the saucer sections outside?
No.
It looks more prominent than it used to.
Same duck egg gold, duck egg blue.
We'd call that eggshell blue, I think.
Eggs aren't blue.
They can be.
Ah, that's true. Ducks, maybe. Yeah. You can imagine that this is just like a slower ship. Also, yes, super phase. These would be separate weaponry as well, and I'd love to have that. I will do the effect properly as well.
I'd be quite interested to see what this looks like after you've passed it through Substance Painter.
It wouldn't change much. I probably wouldn't even put this thing through Substance Painter.
No?
Because the Fed ships from this era are very clean. They don't have scuff marks.
That's true.
The Klingon ships would be. Like the TOS Connie barely has any substance painting on it, but I could do something similar. But I don't want to take away from the nice Aztec that was done on it. I might also do some slight. I want to model in those phasers that I haven't done now. I'm going to model those in, kind of how I did on the at least not the platform, but the balls themselves.
Could you now? This is absolutely positively surplus to requirements in every way, and I don't suggest you do this on one of our models. But do you think on, call it a display model if you like, do you think it would be worth a modeler making a small indent or divot where the windows are for a higher poly model?
Oh, I'm not even going to bother doing that.
Oh, no, that's what I say. I don't suggest you do it for this production. But if you were making a display model.
I could, but time and effort. I would not have the time for that. I've also been gathering sounds for the TMP stuff, like figuring out which torpedo center is. I also redid the, let's see, Constitution fixed. The refit was fixed. So I fixed the shuttle base, and now it's the correct shape, unlike what it used to be.
Oh, I do love the TMP, Connie. She's a good egg. Oh, somebody was arguing, not arguing with me. So somebody commented the other day on one of my videos regarding the blue glows on the nacelles.
Hmm.
I think they suggested that the blue glows existed on both sides of the Connie, whereas it was only one side of the Reliant.
That's not true. That's
I mean, I don't know.
So let me show you. See, if you look at the USS Enterprise and TWOC, it actually did not.
What is TWOC?
The Wrath of Khan.
Never heard of that.
They actually don't glow at all during most of the movie. They only glow at warp, and they only glow on the inside.
Oh, that's interesting. What about the other films? Is that consistent for all the other films?
Yep, they actually have a different lighting. It doesn't actually have any lighting on the outside. It never glowed on the outside on the TMP Connie, ever, except for on like some horrible promotional materials that were never used in the actual thing. So if you look at the Constitution refit, look, even on the Stowe model they have it right. But there are no moments where it glowed. I'm trying to find movie shots, but
they tend to be quite difficult to come across because I had a very, very brief look myself.
But yeah, I technically on the model of the movie, they only glowed at warp and then only the inside. I know that. On the Miranda, though, on DS9, they did glow on both sides, and for some reason, the texture for the nacelles, the wrong version got assigned on A3 because I used to have it on both sides lit.
Quite interesting.
Let me go fix that actually while we're at it. Where's the chat? Hey, there we go, Farbricus. He knows this stuff. So let's pull the A3 stuff.
There's probably going to be some more shortly. Soz, as they say. F ability to deploy Voyager probes. Let's find that.
That's the old one. That's the very old. Oh. What are the Miranda textures called? Oh, F Miranda N A. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is the old. This is the old version of the wrong version of the texture. Should have them on the A3 folder.
You might give me a moment just to make 2 changes.
Yeah, I can understand that, Centurion, but the TOS chips is just not much for us, and the balancing issues and effects issues it would give us are a lot more than I'd like.
Is it F space mine? I think it probably is that I want.
There we go. That's the one I needed. That's true. I see, even the specular is correct on that.
Fiddlesticks. What Romulan ship was it that has decoy drones? Is it the Buzzard?
I wouldn't know, mate. I think I fixed it now. Farbicus, play the Ultimate Universe mod. I worked on that. That does have level select. How many errors does Nem have now on startup?
0 on startup.
Good. How many does it have in game?
1 on map startup.
Of course, the usual research thing.
No. Of course it has those, but it has something about... Basically, I've miscounted something somewhere.
Yeah, should do Farbicus.
But it's non-game affecting in any way. It's basically because we've got so many different slot counts in the game.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I know which one you got.
Various different ships. The error that I've got, basically, one of the outlaws, one of those doesn't divide into the slot numbers that I've given the outlaws perfectly, and it's got a what's the word? It's got a remainder, and it doesn't like having a remainder, and that's the only error that comes up. And I can't be bothered fixing it, to be honest with you, because it wouldn't be. I prefer it for them all to be consistent across the board from the slot count than having them wiggle around.
Mm-hmm. Centurion, get the game like super cheap. It's like if you can still find it, get it super cheap, or else just pirate it. Oh, that does not mean that we in Armada 3 team advocate piracy in any sort of way. We just mean that, you know, if there's no legal way to obtain the game, then you know what problem is there with a different type of way of acquiring the game.
Okay.
Beetle snuff. Oh yeah, beetle snuff. Oh shit. Oh, that's strong stuff. Ooh, my nose is burning. You know what makes me so happy, Chris?
I'm about to find out.
This bloody comm badge that I fixed. After all these years, I fixed the bloody comm badge.
That's good. At least I presume it's good.
It's no longer the bloody all good things comm badge / endgame comm badge. The Great Material Continuum. Fargus says, haha, full M5. I don't get it.
You're right over there. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's just nose cleaning stuff, you know.
Fucking disgusting, mate.
Why don't you alter
All
the starting
sections
fleet, by the way,
report.
to get Miranda or two?
Awaiting orders.
I can do that if you prefer.
I'd replace 1 or 2 of them with a Miranda.
Standing by.
Let's have a look, see. Yeah, there you go, guys. Look, now the Miranda has the glowing warp nacelles as it should.
Prepare the docking bays.
Chris, have a look in the stream.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, well, they do wiggle a lot, don't they? I'm going to check something in an entity file.
Please don't change anything in game info at the moment.
I'm going to change something in game info.
Okay.
I'm going to have a look, see if it's I think I might know the issue. Oh, bloody hell. Sorry, guys. Sorry for my nose thing. It's, see if that's the same as on AOTF. You might want to mess with some of the mass.
I could have a go.
Don't know if that's it though. I don't know what's causing the with the shakes. Martin Unward. Who the hell's Martin Unward? I've heard that name. I've heard that name before. Centurion says another mods that use TOS is just in a strategy game or Empire Wormish, which I can't get for some reason. And New Horizons, which I'll not play because I hate Martin Unward. Who the hell's Martin Unward? I've heard that name before. I sworn I know his name from the Bridge Commander community or something. Who the hell is he again? Martin Unward. Oh yes, the guy from Stellaris.
Huh?
It's Martin from the Stellaris devs. Suddenly, Starbase.
Fucking hell, Max. You're driving me insane with that fucking nose of yours. Go and blow it and come back.
Yeah.
Honest to God, it's like having a kid.
So, Centurion, why do you hate Martin?
Just tell me where to go.
I've updated that Excelsior model so much in AOTF 2.
Excellent.
I've got the missing windows everywhere. I've fixed some mesh mirrors. He says, Admiral Sugihara, report to Admiral Quinn's office.
Just tell me where to go.
Over the PA.
Begin a sensor scan. Entering coordinates.
Here I'm just thinking... I need to do something for A3.
Oh, what's that?
I need to make a new photon torpedo particle. Did you leave in those photon torpedo particles that I said that I asked you to?
I still have them.
Yeah, could you send me fed photon type? There was this type 6 try in there.
Okay, let's see where it lives. Cut items, probably. It's the texture you want, right?
Yes.
Oh. Might have deleted it.
Am I glad that I've still got...
Yeah, I deleted them. Sorry.
I told you not to delete that stuff I don't have. Ay. Type 6,
Oh, maybe I didn't.
type 6 and Type 5 flares try. They should not have been deleted, which is why I still have them. I have them here. They should not have been deleted, even though they're not used.
Maybe it's an AOTF work group. Fuck me, I've got so many files.
There you go, because I wanted to make that... Look at that there. Now it is that tri-torpedo from Voyager. Here's the actual 3-tipped... That's possible, or even the minor faction Centurion, where you get a Starfleet
That wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? At least it has them in there that way, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. I've got those meshes already ready, Farbicus. Let's tweak this. Yeah, look, Chris. Now FedWeb Photon Voyager now use its unique particle like it should. With the
very nice.
With the tri-rotating like. We'd always had more of a unique photon. Let's see if it's assigned properly. Yeah, the Miranda has photon yellow. You doing anything in the Intrepid entity?
Not right now, but if I change anything in game info, make sure you pull before you do anything.
I pulled like a minute ago.
You'll be fine then. Last push was a couple of minutes, I think. Yeah, about 10.
Yeah, never mind. I need to assign it. It's already assigned to the Intrepid. See if F hero. You know what? Looking at this filing naming system and looking at what we named AOTF's ones, I think we did a lot better.
I think so. I think we learned a lot during the development of STA3.
Yes, it's unique to basically to the Intrepid class. Fix Miranda texture. Oh, I did have to do a pull first. Nope, I wish I could. I wish I could do the nacelles as I want them to, but I can't. I'm sorry, Far, because it's not possible. But I think that about wraps up the stream, doesn't it? I think we've done a lot. If you have any questions, reach us on our Discord. You know where to find it. And we hope you had a nice time. And catch you on the next one, next Tuesday. Say goodbye, Data.
Meh.